Hey guys, we have a very special guest today. This is our friend Jessie. Also, we're the same person. It's weird, like, because when we first met, we were talking about things, and we're like, okay, me too. Like, our husbands are both named Eric, and
both communication majors. Like,
there's more too.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
Yeah,
but there was it was a ton. It was a lot.
Me and I are like friends in real life too. That's like the best part.
Yeah.
And so anyways, and I just met Kwaku today.
Yes,
so we're
just
Kwaku
today.
is also coming friends.
You have a show.
I do.
Sunday Jess.
Yeah.
And there's not that many active Latter-day Saint YouTube channels that are like doing stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot, but just a lot of people don't make content
not what their whole channel's
like
about.
we do. Exactly.
About the church. So, but a lot make content against the church. But we're more charming and we have facts, so that's why we win. So,
and we're better looking. I'm just
kidding. True. If you follow that word of wisdom, you would be too. Just be the most aggressive and mean we can in this episode. Just insult everybody.
What would Jesus do? He would sit here and just say, I love you.
No, we take out a whip and crack it like he did and call them a generation of vipers.
What?
Once.
Oh, well, anyway, so, Jessie, so first, tell us a little bit about your upbringing, who you are.
Your upbringing? Who says that anymore?
Upbringing? People say that.
That's so David Snell.
Oh, it is. David, is that you?
Oh, well, Jessie, tell us a little bit about your upbringing. That's what the kids say, right? Upbringing? Hey, a whippersnapper. That's my David impression. Okay.
All right. Well, I was born and raised in California. I actually went to a Baptist school all growing up. They didn't like me. They told me I was going to hell. And then but I was a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints all growing up. My family was sealed later on, when I was 4 or 5, because my dad's a convert.
Too.
Oh yeah, there we go. So I went to BYU for a year. I went on a study abroad. I met my husband after he came from his mission. Then I went on a mission because I'm like, psych, just kidding. I don't want to get married. But then I went on a mission and that really changed me. I was a brat before my mission pretty much. And so I came back from my mission and I'm like, man, I love YouTube and I've grown up watching it for years and I was actually going to drive home to California for my wedding reception all by myself. So it's a 10-hour drive, guys. And I was like, man, I would love if there was some girl on YouTube that talked about modest fashion, that talked about stuff in the church, sister missionary prep. I'm like, why does this person not exist? I'm like, I should be that person. Yeah. So I called my husband. I'm like, oh my gosh, what if you think if I did this? And he's like, well, do you have a name? I'm like, yeah, I think Millennial Mormon. You can just bleep that out. So the original name of my channel was Millennial Mormon. Millennials obviously being my audience, and I basically make videos about sister missionary prep, modest fashion, just big sister advice kind of stuff, and just I live in Utah now, and here I am. And so now my channel's name is Sunday Jess, your Sunday best, but Sunday Jess.
Love it.
So we had to get real creative when we had to take the word Mormon out.
We relate.
I heard so many stories from Church Correlation where they're like, what do we do? We threw out his name! We have no idea what to name things anymore. Yeah.
So I actually talked to a girl who her specific job is naming channels, and that's how we came up with Sunday Jess. So yeah, here I am, and on the internet with you guys and helping people and making the world a little bit brighter place.
So how has it been so far? Because you've had a lot of positive reaction, mostly positive, but you've had some probably your negative people are the same negative people on our show.
Yeah,
and both of our
we could name a whole
channels.
list of all those people if we wanted to, but we don't want to give them credit.
We know who you are.
I do get a lot of negative stuff. Every day I have to go through, probably review 100 comments, because I have some videos where there's comments just on review because they're real interesting. So yeah, I get called everything in the book, and it does get hard sometimes. As you guys know, having your entire personality degraded.
I'd like nothing more than to sock him in his ugly, soft, starry-eyed pug face.
Yeah, see, that's the thing.
Told what an awful person you are is not the most fun.
See, that's the thing is, if you let's say I feel like most of these people like have left the church. They're against it now. If you want to criticize the church because you feel like that's like doing your personal mission, that's fine. I just don't understand why people always come after us personally.
Yeah, it's because we're pretty.
But really, like, I feel like I used to watch like. I know, I'm just kidding.
We are getting slammed for that one.
Yeah, so, like, I used to watch a bunch of YouTubers growing up, like you did, and, like, they would get hate sometimes, and I would just be like, whatever, like, they're putting themselves on the internet. Like, they should get used to it. They can expect it. But when it happens to us, like, weird stuff, I don't know, it hurts more than I think people know, especially when I started my own channel. I don't know if I can talk about this, but it used to be like me just on this channel talking about the gospel, and people would kind of attack all three of us. But when it's just on me, like, it's hard. And so just know, like, we don't want to sit here and sound like we're complaining about it because we love what we do.
Oh, yeah.
But it is a sacrifice that we're doing to help and serve other people.
Yeah. And luckily, like, a lot of your fans, my fans, they're amazing. And, like, you do get messages, like, saying, thank you so much. Like, this helped a lot. And, like, that makes it totally worthwhile. That's what makes it worth it. Yeah.
I won't lie. I kind of thrive off of the people hating me. Like, I thrive off the roasting.
Your hate has made you powerful.
No, because you can find a way to make it work, right?
It gives you focus, makes you stronger.
So, like, if people are, like, saying a bunch of stuff that's bad and just calling me all sorts of names, it works because they're building up the SEO, right? So then, no,
I do.
Seriously, people who hate the show actually, like, I love, like, when the atheists and the Baptists come, it's great because what they do is it gets in other people's feeds more. So they're helping us preach the gospel. They don't even know it. That's why it's great. So
also,
I'm always
quick note, not all atheists and Baptists are bad people. Just putting that out there. There are a lot of good ones.
I agree.
But
no. The majority of those who attack us are evangelicals and atheists. Hindus don't. Muslims don't. Like the traditional Catholics do.
The thing that really surprises me, honestly, is that, like, I was, like, a Muslim girl, I feel like it's so politically incorrect to pick on, like, Muslim people. Yes. And, like, if someone did, like, you would be so rude. Whereas it's like, oh, they're Mormon. Like, it's fine.
I know. I don't know what it is about our church specifically.
Except in the South, though. In the South, the Muslims get it just worse than we do.
Really? Yeah.
But, like, in, like, a little more liberal Northwest, don't pick on Islam. But us, boom, you can hit us. You can make a musical about us. And we'll buy a part in the playbill. Like that, you know what I mean?
Yeah. The bad people are louder than, like, your fans, so it's hard to, like, see the difference between that a lot of times. But, like, I get so many wonderful messages every day about, like, girls saying, like, hey, like, I'm going on a mission, or I'm getting married, and, like, thank you so much for this video, or, like, can you make this video? And it's really super fun, and I love it, and I enjoy, like, everything I do with a passion. My husband's always like, we should start, like, a travel channel. I'm like, that sounds terrible. Like, I have zero desire to do anything else. Like, I wouldn't do a YouTube channel if I couldn't do it about, like, religion and, like, helping girls realize that, like, it's not lame to, like, have, like, values and, like, be a member of the church, and, like, you can still look really cute while doing it, like, you can still have standards, you can still have a really fun, enjoyable high school and college experience.
That's exactly like what is I think my main driving, motivating factor. Is that people, I just feel like with the way the world is going, it's just more normal to see things that wouldn't be normal to see a while ago, like about just sexual content in the media, swearing, things like that. And I think it's so important for people to have positive role models. So for me, I was like, I do not need to make money. I don't need to, like, I literally just want people to see that it's still cool to be religious. It's normal to have faith and things like that. And so, and that's where we get our fulfillment from. So when we get your guys' messages, just know we appreciate them so much, because it helps keep us going when sometimes it's difficult when we get a lot of hate and things like that.
And I do this to make money.
All you care about is money. This town deserves a better class of criminal.
I think that...
Oh my...
It's a joke. It's a joke. No, I think I like talking about the gospel because we have a faith that's underrepresented and misrepresented, and so we get to clarify things. We get to preach, and the messages we get when fans say, "I'm joining the church and your videos helped me," or "I was about to leave the church and your videos helped me." I mean, it is amazing. I was stopped at an airport once from a girl who
That's the best.
She was like, "Hey, your videos really helped me, and now I'm going to BYU, Idaho. And I think she's going to go on a mission and stuff too."
So cool.
She was a convert. A general conference, this guy stopped me and he was like, "Hey, my wife was like about to leave the church, and then your videos really helped." So, like, a lot. It helps a lot of
Yeah.
people, and it does way more good
Yeah.
than we realize.
When
so.
you guys come up to us in public, it's like the coolest feeling. It's like this like little like moment of like, oh my gosh, people know who I am. Like when I go to the like whenever I go near the MTC or the temple where when the missionaries go, because like that's what I do is I'm like the sister missionary girl, and so no one actually like knows my name, but they're like, hey, you're that girl that like makes videos. I'm like my sister missionary. I'm like yeah, and it's like super fun.
They always come up to me mid-bite. I'm eating a taco at a restaurant.
Oh my
and
gosh,
I'm
it's happening
they're
to
like,
it's
Quaker, and I'm like,
awful.
get troll, just shoving food.
my
Oh, nice to meet you.
I know, like, people can't know I eat. I'm just kidding.
like,
No, but it's so true. There's no better feeling. And
Yeah.
especially for me, because I didn't serve a mission, and I was always planned on it. And so I just feel like this really has been a fulfillment of me using my mission prep stuff that I learned. And there's no better feeling than serving people. And like Kwaku said, just helping people come unto the gospel. So no matter what you're doing, I know not everybody has like the personality to come on the internet and do what we do, but just know there are so many things you can do in your life with the people you know at school, at work, that you can help get these same like amazing, fulfilling experiences too.
be proud of who you are. I think it's really sad when like I like know people on social media that don't like are a little bit like ashamed of their religion, and it's just like it's you. Like share who you really are. So I mean, yeah.
No, yeah, when I was in middle school, I remember, this is so embarrassing, I haven't even told anybody this, but when I was in middle school, I lived in Michigan, and I was moving to Utah because my mom got a job out here, and there was this, and nobody knew I went to church. Well, I think they knew I went to church, but they didn't know my religion.
Yeah, that's
and
how
I
I
went
was,
to
too.
like Bible study and stuff,
Yeah.
so people just assumed I was Christian, but there was one day in middle school, I told my friend I was moving to Utah, and she's like, oh my gosh, that's where all the Mormons live. Are you going to be okay out there? And I didn't say anything.
Oh,
I just sit there and I was like, oh yeah, like, and I wish
I know.
I still think
Now
about
she's
that
watching
moment.
this show.
I
like,
had so many moments like that.
No, and I'm like, I wish I could have gone back and said,
fixed
you know
it,
what?
yeah.
No, I'm Mormon and we're friends and we're cool, and I could have taught her
Yeah.
more about the church. But just be like Jesse said, like, yes, be
But I
proud
was
of who you
exactly
are.
like her. Like growing up, like I
Yeah.
said, in a Baptist school, like all the time. Really, I don't think anyone actually knew I was Mormon until like my senior year. Like if people
Really?
asked me about it, like I would tell them, but like I honestly didn't think there was much different. Like in both religions, and so I don't think anyone really noticed. But now I look back and I think about things that like people said to me, or like sometimes I'm like, man, I wish I would have said this.
I was at an airport once, and there was this old lady, and we were putting stuff in her bin. I let her go in front of me, and she was like, "Oh, you're so sweet. I wish all young people were like you." And I was like, "Oh." And she was like, "Where are you coming from?" I was like, "Oh, I'm coming from Houston." And we had a conversation. She said, "Where are you going?" I was like, "Oh, Salt Lake City, Utah." She goes, Are you a Mormon? And I'm like, yeah. She goes, oh! And she just like runs away.
Are you
She's like terrified. Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah.
It was kind of funny.
So be yourself, guys, even in high school, because I look back
Yeah.
at things I did now. I'm like, okay, people from high school are like probably now on my Instagram and my YouTube, and they're like, wow, she's super religious. Like, what happened? But like, not like I was crazy, but like, I wish I'd have been more vocal about my religion back
Yeah.
then. So yeah.
Well, all we know is be you, love God, follow Jesus, come unto the gospel, and preach it to
And if
a
you need
lot
to
of
look
people.
cute while doing all of it, you can come check out my channel.
Yes, seriously, go subscribe to Jessie. I love her videos. She's done a really ton of good topics.
We've done
like,
videos together too.
You
so.
can go see, we did a DI, like, modest shopping challenge.
Yeah.
It's fun. Go check it out.
I'll
We
do it
love
with
her
Kwaku
shopping.
next week.
Oh, great. Also, remember, I like to just say, it doesn't matter what style you are. If you're more of a skater style, you can be a member of the church.
Yes.
It doesn't matter if you're more
You don't
you're
have to be
outdoorsy.
girly pink.
Yeah, it could be
That's
anything.
just us.
Yeah.
Literally. So,
And him.
okay, I wore this to match them. Thank you guys for watching. Please go subscribe to Sunday Jess. Subscribe
Also,
to
follow her on Instagram, too. She's a cute Instagram.
subscribe to Kwaku. Subscribe to Mimi Bascom. All of our favorite channels on YouTube. And Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Comment below. Share us your thoughts. If you would like us to cover a topic, comment below. Tell us what you would like us to cover, and we will cover it. We love you guys.
Thanks guys for having me on.